So, in your opinion, is music theory only a tool to communicate the musical ideas?
Yeah, I'd say clearly. Yeah, it's a tool. You know, it's a tool. I mean, it's also a very lovely, logical language. So, like, there's a beauty to it. There's a beauty to the logic of it, very similar to math.
Yeah.
You know, but what you know, it's definitely not the music being fueling the theory. The music doesn't make the theory.
Sorry. So do you think that you need to have a good grounding of music theory to improvise?
Oh, well, not necessarily, no. No. Because, I mean, kids come in who have no theory. People come and get the bandstand. No idea what they're doing. They sound absolutely brilliant. I'm sure you can make a list probably of lots of people of music greats that didn't have any sense of how to you know, write. Some people decide they want to go into that build. You know, to me, as I said, I was in New York, and there was, you know, it was an interesting changeover, I guess, was occurring in that in the circles I was frequenting anyway. If you couldn't read, you know, you were. I mean, I couldn't read when I got there because of that, but it was becoming more and more important. People don't have time, you know, in a high-paced, fast-moving place. People don't have time to say, okay, here's the book. I'll see you in 4 months' time. You know, and how are you going to memorize all these pieces? You know, and how are you going? I mean, improvisation, though, does not require that you understand the harmony of it. You could just, you know, and then it could start to sound absolutely amazing. But I prefer understanding because I like being able to do rhythmic improvisation and to build on ideas, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I mean I like to take a motive and build on it. Sometimes I like to take a big sound, and that's mad and rubbish, right, and thrown out because it works at that moment. But I happen to know, I'm in B. I can play all those black keys, it's going to sound absolutely gorgeous. It's a mixture of everything. I think that you can be an amazing improviser without having theory, but I think theory helps. But then the other side of the coin is, I know people who don't seem to have very many musical ideas in their heads, who just trot off the ideas, you know. You know, and they just, that would be their solo. You know, coupled with, you know, so lots of fast notes. And nothing has been said. So that, to my mind, is too much theory. Too little magic.
So you need both, really. You need both to make a really.
You know, music's not absolute to the point that you can say it's black or it's white. You can't say you need both. Some people need both. Some people don't need both. You know, I think the most important thing is to have an open mind. If you decided you don't need both, then don't feel insecure around people who have both. If you have both, don't ever feel that you're somewhat better than somebody who doesn't have it. Because music is not about absolutes like that. Music is about what happens when we all start creating something magical together in art. But it's not something you quantify. You don't say, well, the reason that Django Reinhardt is bloody brilliant is because he used the minor third 37,000 times. It's not like that. You know, so.
Right, okay. And do you use improvisation as part of your composing method?
To me personally, they're one and the same. Because I'm fortunate in that I can go, I don't know, and I'm making it up as I go along. You know, and you know, then I can go into a I don't know, hand. You know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, and then I can go into a, you know, vaguely handle, I have to understand my harmony. I have to have listened, even if I don't know the theory. I need to have listened to enough of that particular style. So I suppose in my big bag, all of my theory, I would say understanding the genres and being able to create them, whether by ear or by reading. So it's bigger than just can you read a novel.
Okay. And what do you think makes a good improvisation?
I have heard opinions because I've heard too many people thinking that simply by running arpeggios as fast as possible, that they are this is an amazing solo. That's not to me. In fact, I bemoan the fact that if I don't throw in some of what one of my first teachers called the 16th dialect, if I don't, Ronnie Matthews, rest in peace, Ronnie, but that's what he said. He said, always know what each note. Pretend you have a finite amount of notes that you can use for the rest of your life. Don't use them all now. So, to my mind, a good improvisation takes you on a journey somewhere. It could be witty. I like to hear a little bit of motivic development personally. I love the occasional quote, Yes, if you're throwing that's a nice thing to throw actually, and it fits a lot of different professions. I like a bit of quoting. It depends on the genre of the improvisation. If that's jazz, obviously, you can quote. I think I want to sense that it's opposite, strangely, to whatever's the atmosphere at that moment when you're hearing it. I want to feel that the improviser cares about the audience, and it's not just a question of them kind of joking off. Really, I want to feel that there's some connection. If there's if it's a band rather than a soloist who's improvising, I want to feel that they are communicating and loving the rest of the people performing. So there's an organic kind of transfer of ideas and love, or anger, whatever the emotion is that you're trying to get across. But I think too often improvisation becomes, look how many notes I can.
Because I've been listening to loads of vocal improvisations, and I think the really fast, I love what Ella does, but to me it's sounding a bit dated. And I just feel, for me, I'd like to do it a bit more laid back, not so busy, but still show that I've got some skill and there's some good ideas in there.
I think the hardest thing to throw out the window is showing people you've got skill. Because it shouldn't be about that. No. In some sense, it's almost like a religious thing. My best solos that I've ever done, I've come off the stage and somebody's come up to me and they've looked at me and we were afraid to be in your presence. Sorry, I don't mean to sound proud and unhumble or anything, but that is the kind of thing you're trying to get to, where you move somebody or yourself to the point that there is some sort of miraculous happening. If you're religious, you could say that God touched you for that moment. If you're not, you could say it was a karmic moment with the universe, whatever it is. And to me, that is what makes the music all worth happening. I'm not excited just to play, I do love doing it, but I prefer where I can go off. Last question.
Yes.
Oh, good. I just did a great job then.
Thank you very much. very much.
I think that is